A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second game of the day here at MTN Arena Lugogo. I'm Shamira, always with you. And today, I'm going to be working this game, Sport S versus Kcca, with Agnes Akanyo. Aggie, I hope the afternoon has really been a good one for you.
Not so very good after the Tigers loss, but that's a game. So, welcome to the online session. Let's see.
Welcome to the second game of the day here at MTN Arena Lugogo. I'm Shamira, always with you. So we are having Kcca going up against Sport S Volleyball Club, and as you know, the last time these two sides met was at Nsambia Sport S Arena, and Sport S took that game away 3-0, a very clean 3-0 victory. It was a tight match, although the sets went on tight, but from their loss against Nemo Stars last weekend, very terrible loss for Sport S, the table leaders and the defending champions, and Kcca as well, having defeated Nemo Stars 3-2. So this game is going to be intense, don't you think?
Yeah, let's see what happens in there, because I think the Wounded Lions will come back fighting, and as well as Kcca would want to pave their way into the playoffs. Which number they're on the table?
Kcca is now number three on the table, UCU 4, and then Sport S 1, Nemo Stars 2.
So they look forward to sealing their place in the playoffs.
Yes, and of course, starting lineup, the usual: Moses, Sam, Jonah, Duke, Daniel Goom for Sport S, and Elijah Sharif Nabanja there, the libero, Waiswa, Ijongat, Carlos, and Chol. But then the match is starting. It is Kcca in green serving and Sport S in blue receiving. Moses setting up Daniel with that first set. And a ball is kept alive. It's going to be a free ball. Moses going to Duke, line on the line. What a play from Duke. We saw what happened to Duke in the previous game, Nemo Stars. It wasn't the best game for him.
And maybe this is his redemption. So let's wait and see. Is he going to use today's game for his redemption? Is this his comeback game? Let's watch and see what happens there.
Yes, set through the middle quick. Duke is blocked there. Off system, blocked again. The defense is there. Chance for Duke again. This time goes for the dump.
I think Kcca is one team that defends both front court and back court. You find they always have that block setup, and Pero is just always moving, but I don't know how he missed out on this, but okay.
I think because Duke is aggressive, so they expected him to again go hard on the last ball as well.
But that's a good going from Duke. As however much the block is sealed, yeah, you always go hard, and I think he did great, because now they were expecting him to still keep going hard.
Yes.
So that takes Sport S to 2-0 for Kcca. In today's match, I want to see what would really happen. Is it a tire? I've seen Elijah come up the last two games. He has really played so much. Let's see what he does today for his team. Actually, I think with Carlos, he has been on fire of recent.
Yes, also Deke Vincent playing those several different positions, playing as an opposite, playing as a receiver attacker, and then now a middle. Like, he's just been juggling the positions, but he's starting on bench today. And Elijah, this second round has just been on fire, because first round we saw him starting off the bench with Mugenyi starting diagonal to Waiswa, Mugenyi, Ronald. But now it's Elijah starting with Waiswa, and it's not an option for the coach to actually substitute him at the moment.
I think if I were a coach, I would actually keep Odeke on my bench to first start with, see what do I need to improve. Which position do I need to work on? Because he's one multi-purpose player. He'll play out, he'll play middle, he'll play as a receiver attacker, and he just gives it his best. I think he's one man who just goes hard no matter the situation at hand.
Yes, but there goes an error from Goom Daniel. Very rare error to see him swing into the net. Very good pick from Duke. Samuel Ngwau with his usual hit, but misses the court. Sport S had a great start, but now Kcca is trying to close that gap. They had a 4-point lead at the start of the game, but now Kcca really trying to close that gap as quickly as possible. Waiswa still in the service box.
Just a reminder that Kcca is one team that never gives up. They always fight. And as you can see, we really see that they have the zeal. Their faces say it all. You never see their body languages down. However much they make errors here and there.
Yes, Elijah just missing that hit as he goes to play, and that point will be for Sports. Duke now in the service zone, and you can see that there's been a change in the starting lineup for Sports because Jonathan is usually a receiver attacker that will play at some point. He's usually the second receiver attacker, and Duke is usually the main receiver. You know, that person who spends much time receiving. But today it is actually Jonathan in that position, and we saw him play so well against Nemo Stars despite that loss. But Kcca is really just having a few errors on attack as we go into this game.
If we talk about today's bench, especially the coaches, we'll still see that today we have Alex as their coach, who is the head coach, and Potes today.
Yes, and like we mentioned on the bench there, we are also having, like we mentioned, they are having Mugenyi Ronald, they're having Naptal as the second setter, and Abdul Hadi. So Kcca has come in this game with 3 setters. They always have their 3 setters just there ready to be in this game. But we want to see, because Naptal had not started a few games, but then he got a chance to start again. And then later now we see Abdul being the go-to setter. Carlos there with his fast swing, but that is a block out. Very small swing he makes there. Very good play from Team Kcca once again. Just keeping Ijongat in that service, trying to close that gap as well. Ijongat with the staff. Very good pick from Duke. Moses setting up Samuel Ngwao.
That's a very big swing from Sam there. We see that every time Sam is actually front court, the setter always try to look for him, because trust me, even if it were me, I would set for my setter. I would set for that.
The middle.
For that middle, because a middle who moves and scores for you just works out for them. As you can also see, Kcca is one team that doesn't give up by either way in their defense. They will always touch, and before you know it, the ball is back.
Yes, but we are seeing the referees talking to the Kcca coach. I think he's having a complaint there about the play, but that is Samuel Ngwao with his big hit, and I see they are maintaining. They are discussing the scores that the team has, and I think it is 6-8 at the moment, but we see it's still 6-8, but the referees seem to think it is 5-9, but it's 6-8. And Carlos is a jump server, but we see his jump service tends to be very inconsistent as he goes.
But I also should remind you that his consistency comes in as the game proceeds, because as an opposite, he always generates his energy more as the game gets intense.
Yes, but there goes Moses with that block, a setter block, very impressive. I think the coach would really love that one because you always want to find your setter able to block.
I think in most cases, why he blocks is actually times, and because the outside attackers always expect the setter not to block. But he's actually a very patient blocker. If you can see, he waits, doesn't give you the hand, doesn't give you anything. You just have to go blind. And I think
Yes.
that's a very good block from him there.
Yes, but that is a very beautiful hit from Carlos, getting that block touch. Elijah going into service. Elijah is a jump server as well. We've seen him do well in that jump service box, especially in his days at OBB. But let's see if he's going to go for the jump service this time as well.
That's a second ref having a conversation with the first ref. I don't know if it's in the play or something, but let's wait and see.
Yes, I see Ivan saying that was robbery of points. I think the referees had mistakenly added a point on the other side, but they've been able to correct that now. Yes, the points were settled because here we had the correct points, but down on their scoring they had mishandled their scores. But now they are back to the scores that you're seeing now are the actual scores. Yes, but there on the Sporters side, we see Coach Memory Dube stepping in today with the head coach Warren Muhanji not available with an emergency. So Coach Memory Dube is the coach, head coach of Sporters volleyball team today against Kcca.
I think you all know she has featured so much from Zimbabwe to Uganda to KVC now to Sporters, and as you all know, she is still the national team coach for the men. In the previous quali that was supposed to have East African Games, and she was their head coach, being supported by the current coach for Kcca. Coach Soita.
Yes, but what a hit from Tumkunde Jonathan. Net touch called on Kcca on that play. Jonathan really hitting very, very high. I think he's really not trying to find the court there. He's having Troll and Owen blocking him. And usually he will want to look for those hands if he's going to the diagonal.
Now, talking about Jonah, I think he had a very good play with Andejo last time with Nemo.
Yes.
However much they lost the game, but he gave in his best, I think.
Yes, and he has just scooped a service error now on the jump service.
That's an ace.
Yes, and sorry, an ace. Sorry, am I saying service error? Sorry, he's just gotten a service ace on his jump service, and we've seen him. We've not seen him do it often. He's just revived it today.
Oh, that's a big swing from Carlos. He's one man who always goes hard. I rarely see him dump, but yeah, I think that's good for an opposite.
Yes, he's an opposite player. He's there to get in those big hits. But now Owen into that service box, one of the very good servers for Team Kcca, and he also had some playtime in OBB as well before the club was dissolved later on. Very good pick from Tumkunde. Moses to Duke. Again, going down the line. You know why he's going down the line? He knows he's having Chol on this other side and he's trying to avoid the middle. Ijongat.
I think so far he's doing great for the last performance he had today. He's actually doing great.
Yes, he started well.
As you can see, I think we have both sides have the setters on. So a good service. Shoal there, and he goes for Waiswa. Ball is up.
Big, very beautiful touch from Moses there.
Okay.
What a play.
He's not right in the backcourt of Kcca today. Those are two balls. So the big question should be Sharif's command
as a libero there. He needs to do better. But good eyes there from Moses, the setter, because we are taking a look again. He didn't even think twice. He knew that ball was on while sending it there.
Okay, I think Sharif actually anticipated something because you'd actually see him move. He expected that ball to be put in position 1 because as a setter, the first thing that would come to your mind is to give it to my fellow setter in position 2.
Yes.
And we play along with it.
Yes, and very big hit from Carlos there off the hands of Samuel Nguao as he sets up that block. Kcca at 10 points and Sportes at 15. Troll in the service box sends that service to Jonathan, who great pick, but Moses is on the front court. That doesn't make that block as well.
And Musakura just scores his soft point there. And talking about Musakura, is one player who is not going to go hard, but he's so technical. Throughout his from Police to Nkumba and back to Police, now we see him here in Kcca.
Yes, he's really doing quite well for Team Kcca. This time, Jonah with the very good pick. Duke, this time going cross-court. Look at Sharif Nabanji's positioning there. I think it was one block at the time of hitting, and now he just sends that hit. Look at that. I think Sharif is a bit correct there, but Duke sends it further because he had to pull in a bit.
I can't say Sharif's defense today is shaky because it's one person who actually anticipates. But no, that anticipation was good, just that he expected a pinned ball.
Yes, he expected Duke to send it down. Agaba, two defenses in a row.
And the ball is back on play. Let's see, another backcourt, soft.
Duke, chance again for Sportes. Very big hit. Ball is kept alive. Samuel Nguao, but with that net touch. What a rally. What a defense from Agaba. What a defense from Nabanji Sharif on that hit. But look at that. Samuel Nguao very hungry for that ball. But unfortunately, just getting a net touch as he sends it back down.
Oh, that's a rally and interesting one.
Yes, but now Wisewa will go into that service. But it speaks volumes for both sides. All sides are just really into that defense. Samuel Sharif just sitting there waiting for that ball. But Samuel with that huge swing, heavy hand. And you see, Sam usually is a middle player who will go to 5-1. So you can't be very sure where he will take that ball. Look at that.
Woo. Okay.
Duke. The setter to Carlos again. Carlos able to get that hit. I think Carlos is really passing when he gets to his position.
He gets there space between Sam and Jonah. You know, for a big hitter like him, as long as there is space, you see, very big gap there for him to just enjoy the flow.
Yes, I think Jonathan really wanted to close that line. Ijongat, very good pick from Duke's.
One block.
Jonathan with that cross-court hit. Look at that image of the Kcca players. I think, and I think credit to Moses as well, the setter, because he's playing against the block there. He's really playing against the Kcca blockers. He's just handing his receive attackers one-man block as he.
And I'm sure Sam must be very happy with what he did, because as a center player, your happiest moment is when your outside man has one block, and just see, always one block.
Yes, but Daniel finally getting the hang of the game and able to get that big hit in. Another type of player where he's also having one block. Look at that, Owen going with Alan in the middle. It's now not even Sam now, because Sam is in the service box, and now Alan is on, but Owen still jumps with him. So I still think that says a lot about the setter as well, because they know he's going to set up those middles, and they know he's going to get his attackers all going. And this is something we didn't see when Sportes was playing Nemo Stars.
I think the catch was so shaky for him to do that, because for a setter to be able to play a one block against my attacker, you need a good reception. And I think today actually the reception is coming very high, well looked, enough time to look around what the blockers are doing, and just gives him the time to enjoy. I think his outside men are very happy and are really enjoying.
Yes, but Kcca is a team that usually has their blocks going. We saw how they played against Ndeje last weekend. Despite losing the first set, the comeback they made in the following sets was courtesy of their defense on the net. And same goes to Sport S. When Sport S net defense is working, everything else is just a piece of cake for them as well. So I think both sides really rely so much on their net defense. But that's a good service from Sam. Chol. Oh, Alan, very good read from Alan there, because Jonah had gone off the block, but Alan stays and just shuts down Carlos on that slide
soft
third.
hit from Carlos, and okay.
Very good play there.
Play from Alan there.
Yes, but
talking about Alan, Alan was a center player before Tigers, then he came as a receiver attacker in Sportes, and then now we see him back to the middle.
Yes, I think he's really trying to adjust as quickly as possible, because he's been out of that position for 2 seasons. Actually 3 seasons, because even his second round in Tigers he played as a receiver attacker. So he's been out for 2 consecutive seasons from the middle, and now he's just suddenly has to get back in there. It's really very good, tough and hard for him to adjust.
I think he's doing just great. His adjustment is so good. I think this is the 3rd game he's playing so far.
Yes, and he seems to enjoy the position. I think he has a passion for it. So that's why I'm saying it's tough, yes, but he's going to be able to adjust.
Once a center player, always a center player.
Yes. Sporters at 21 points and Kcca at 14. Sharif with that overpass. Very smart play from Jonathan. He doesn't go for the swing, he just goes for the dump. But Owen seems a little frustrated with the play so far, because he hasn't had a swing since this set began. He has not had a swing. We've only seen one swing from the Kcca middle, and that was Ijongat, and it was well defended as well.
I think Kcca's reception is quite shaky right now, but and Carlos is doing actually a great job. However much the reception is shaky.
Yes, but Jonathan hitting out there. Very good play from Kcca. Good watch as he sends that ball out, off-system ball. But I will talk about the defense from Agaba, the libero, the movement. I think he's just going. We are heading to zone 5. I think the zone 5 spirit is already into him.
He's hyped.
Because he's playing, and remember, he was the best libero from that zone 5 tournament last year in Rwanda.
And we'll be so happy to see him defend it. A very big hit from Jonah there.
Yes, beautiful play from Jonathan. Jonathan is really a very fast hitter, so even the movement shows you that the swing is going to be a very quick one as he plays, and he doesn't stop. He's that attacker who will make a full movement and then jump at once. He doesn't stop at all. But now Kcca is being forced to call their second timeout because the net defense is really not helping out at the moment. They started, yes, with those blocks against Duke and Daniel, 2 blocks, but they're not in any from their side.
Coach, they are having a conversation with the outside hitters. I'm sure he's telling them to hold on to their men one-on-one, because the one-on-one passes have been a lot.
Yes.
And, what happens is you need to get a solution. If your middleman is being lifted, what are you going to do? Are you going to allow your flow to be hit now and then? I think, let's see what they had in the conversation for that timeout. As we come back, it's at 23 for Sportes and 15 for Team Kcca. That's a 8 points lead, with the Sportes needing just 2 points to seal the set.
Yes, I see here in the comments, Katongole Stanley says, Katongole Stanley is saying that the image isn't clear, but we always mention how you need to go to your settings as you watch the video and get to the quality, get to advanced, and increase your image quality, because the quality is actually okay. You just need to enhance your image there where you are. It is set point for Sport S, but look at that huge point lead that they are having. And like Aggie mentioned, the Lion is hungry. a wounded lion. You said a wounded lion.
Wounded lion is
Yes,
terrible.
very, very terrible. But it's still only the first set. Very good pick from Elijah. Good receiver. He is Ijongat. But very good defense from Alan, despite the net touch. What a touch there from him. Very unexpected touch from Middles,
Yeah.
especially.
Come on, we cover.
No, usually that's why the libero is there. Yes.
Come on, guys, let's defend ourselves here, middle players. We always cover. Actually, we roll more. You don't see Alan's roll.
Yes, he's done well, but it's going to be a free ball. And here I was thinking we could be going to set 2, and we are with that huge hit from Duke. What a play! It's just set 1.
Ooh, Duke. Okay, I don't want to say it so early, but I think he has resurrected from the wounded lion has come back in, and he's dangerous.
Yes, I think, but I'm going to continue to give this credit to the setter because he's doing wonderfully. And we saw also Moses as well struggled on the Nemo game. The decision making was very, very difficult for him while he played that game because, as you mentioned, the passes were not as great as I think it was Jonathan who was really, really getting in those great passes. But otherwise, it was very tough for the rest of the players. But tough for Kcca this first set. There's a lot to think about because as we look at the stats, look at the attacks from Sportes and the attacks from Kcca.
It speaks a lot because 16 attacks on your floor. Oh, that's bad. We can see the blocks not as much because both sides, I think, with 2-2, and then one service ace, and then Kcca with 6 errors and Sportes with 7 errors.
Yes,
I think it's average on the opponent's errors, the services, and the blocks, but it's a big point in attacks.
Yes, and that's why I mentioned how Kcca needs to work on their defense, on their blocking, or on their backcourt defense, because if they do not sort that out, then Sportes will continue to hit. But also there's chance where they can reduce the attacks by serving more difficult, making the service very challenging, because that way they have a chance to reduce on the attacks.
I think defense starts with the middle blockers. You start with your command and command your outside men, and then before you know it, backcourt will be functioning. Because the moment defense is not working means the center players have a lot to think about. As a middle blocker, defense is always depending on your fast communications.
Yes,
I think the coach maybe has something to work upon.
Yes, but we are looking forward to set 2, and I just really want to know how that set will really move for both sides.
Welcome back, our viewers, to the second set with Sportes leading 1 to Kcca 0. We don't see any significant changes in the Kcca starting lineup, and as well as Sportes. I think they maintain the same players with Chol as the center for Kcca, with the diagonal there. We have Carlos and we have Elijah as the receiver attacker with Waiswa. And then we maintain Ojangos.
Yes, Ijongat in the middle.
Ijongat.
But what a block from Kcca on that first swing from Duke. He's just shut down on that play. Very good start. And if they can keep up their blocking, it will really be a good advantage for them.
A block means, that's a very good reading. A good serve there, a good reception there from Agaba, and boom. Okay. And the point just goes to Spotters with now I think
the referee calling an overreach there, but I don't know why he's called, and he did. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, that's that ball passed from out.
Yes, the ball was passed from out. I don't know why I'm saying overreach.
Not.
Carlos, very wonderful hit there, taking that ball cross court. I think Agawa was a bit far.
That's the
on that defense.
Carlos we have seen. I think so far he's hyped. He has been hyped since the first set. He's not. His setter is actually pumping him, which is good for.
And that is what he wants. That's what is going to keep him in the game.
Is one opposite who will go hard, he get blocked, he goes hard, he goes out, he still comes back hard, which is okay. That's a big swing there from Boom and a block error from Carlos.
But I think it's a good touch. It's really a good touch. I think Daniel, when he had just started playing in Spotters, you would never see a block on Daniel or a block touch on Daniel. But now I think the players have really upped their games. They feel they need to be able to jump as high as possible to get those touches on Daniel's balls. But I think even Daniel himself is seemingly sending that hit down. But Ijongat with that beautiful swing through the middle, very quick swing.
Quick attacker. It doesn't give you time to think. Which is, I think, good.
Yes, you can't know which side he's actually going to play the ball. He's just very, very quick. Alan with his very fast swing, missing the court there. I think the ball was a bit short there for Alan because he's a very high jumper in the middle, and he's one of those players that will contact the ball from very up, and you can see even his contact was not very high up there. Jonathan of system ball shut down. This is what I was talking about. The service is the chance that Kcca has, and now they are leading by 3 points at the start of this set.
I think so far that's I told you earlier on that Kcca is one defensive team. They will defend both on the net and out, and I think you're really seeing it though early in the game. That's another big swing there coming from Jonah.
Yes,
one-on-one block, a good reception, a good set from Mose, and just gets one block out for his outside attacker.
Yes, and Jonah really takes a huge advantage of that, just really sending that ball very, very well. Service from Daniel. Oh, good serve, good pick from Elijah. Oh, Elijah going down the line there, but that's a net touch called on Moses. I think he had missed the court somehow, but with that net touch from Moses, he's able to get that side out. I think Kcca has really had a very good start in this set.
With a 6 points to 3, that's a 50 points lead, which is big for men's game. But let's see, is Spotters going to give in the answer? Kcca is asking.
Kcca. With that service error from Carlos, I think there's a lot to fix there, because if they're having the lead and they want to maintain it, they need to be able to keep their services going and going on court, because any chance given to Spotters is going to really be taken. Jonah with the jump service again. Very good hit from Elijah. Duke going with the setter there on that block. Kcca really continuing to maintain that 3 points lead. But I think that ball was on Agaba there. He was really in the position of defense.
Yes, the center player was a little late, but Agaba should have been in position enough to defend that ball up.
Yes.
As the best defender for Zone 5, the current reigning champion of backward defense.
Yes, but second service error from the jump servers of Kcca, Elijah and Carlos. Another consecutive service error. And now Samuel Engwao is going to come back on the front court. I think this is a huge advantage for Sportes as well, to see how they can be able to close the gap.
Yeah.
It's a good serve.
There. And just chooses to go backward, and the ball is out.
Yes,
according to the referee's call.
And you can see he actually wants to find the line, but he sends it out, and he didn't find the hands as well on that block.
I think that's a good setup from the block, because I think to the line is a shorter distance than to the diagonal. The diagonal will be so much of a bigger distance. Good block setup. I think it's a good defense strategy there they have.
Yes, a very good pick. Oh, Moses with that play, net touch from Waiswa as he tries to send that very tight set. I would have thought the set would have been better because the pass was really a good one, but Chol unable to send a good one, and Moses very ready to send it back to the Kcca side.
That ties up to 7 for Sportes and 7 for Kcca.
Alan with the service error.
Just giving Kcca a 1-point lead.
Yes, but a good chance for Sportes to really be able to try and close that 3-point gap when it's still very early. But I still think Kcca shouldn't let their guard down if they really want to be able to go away with this set. Because, like I mentioned, if you give Sportes the chance, they are going to take it. Very good pick from Duke. Daniel with that hit from the backcourt. Block touch. Kcca is getting those block touches in. But like I mentioned, Daniel is a very high jumper, contacts the ball from way up. Look at that hit. He's hitting on the uppermost part of the blockers.
But a very good touch there from Musakira.
Yes.
Another backcourt, and he just gets his point for Kcca.
Yeah, but what a play. Carlos has really scored most of his balls so far. Jonah caught in motion as he tries to defend that ball, just sending it to the fans.
Kcca is still in the driver's seat with 1 point. A good reception there from Agaba, and it's
net touch from Kcca as they try to close down Samuel Engwao, but he's able to get through, and that will be a netting fault. But I think he's had 2 blockers there. He still chooses to send that ball to 5, but forcing an error. Level again, 9-9. Duke will go to the service box. Service error. Second service error as well. In a row.
So that gives Kcca still another lead. Let's see what Musakira is going to do. Is he going to break the circle, or is still going to fall into the service errors? That's a good service there from Musakira.
Jonathan off-system ball. This time able to get that block touch on the outside. I think this time he chooses not to pin the ball and goes high on the hands again as well. And he just forces Kcca blockers to send it out.
And off-system ball, of course, there is no way he's going to want to pin that ball. You want to pin it, you're going to get there 2 men waiting for you. And I think that's a very good hit from him there.
Yes, good passing from Nabanji. Chol sending that ball. Oh, Moses very, very much in position. Duke. Jonathan shut down. Sportes is everywhere on the defense. Oh, and Ijonga misses. What incredible defense from the side of Sportes. But I will commend Elijah for seeing that gap on the line and able to just swing there. But look at that defense from Moses. And then Sam just quickly sending that ball back. I think Ijonga was rushing to send it quick.
Now Sportes goes into the lead with 11-10. Good service there. And Carlos just goes high and wide. Ball still in play. Free ball for Team Kcca. And let's see, another ball for Carlos, and it just goes out.
And then this is what costs Team Kcca errors after errors, 2 consecutive errors. 2 consecutive errors for Team Kcca. Yes, and for set 2, they already have 3 errors so far. But of course, Sport is sitting at 7 errors. Sport is sitting at only 3 errors, and Kcca already having 7 errors so far in this set. That says so much about their play. Daniel blocked again. Spotters with the defense. Jonah off system. He does find the court. What a hit. Look at Elijah keeping his hands up there, just wondering where Jonah passed that ball. Take a look again. Elijah jumped, but Jonah finding that little smallest gap left and sending that ball in the corner on the court.
I think so far Jonah is lethal. He has actually scored
90%, I would say.
Of all the balls he has got, and mostly off system. I think this set so far he has gotten, I think, one blocker out, but in most cases he has gotten off system balls, and he has really scored them, which is very impressive for a team playing a team like Kcca, which is so defensive on the net, and the backcourt being commanded by Sharif there.
Yes, very good play there from Waisa on the backcourt. Substitution for Kcca. Abdul will come on for Chol. I think the coach really chooses to just make that setter change, because I've seen a comment here. I will not read the comment, but something about the setting department as well. And I think they read the coach's mind, and he's able to make that change. Jonathan again, but this time missing the court as he tries to go cross court with Owen there on that block, just waiting for him.
I think that's about his first or second error on the attack so far.
It's actually his first error this set.
Yeah, this set. Actually first.
Woo. Daniel just hitting and taking advantage of that gap in between Elijah and Owen, putting that ball in space. He will go into that service zone, but I keep mentioning how Kcca's blocking and service is what could give them this game if they can work on it. But we've seen Kcca Sport is closing that 3-point gap down, and now even having a 2-point lead. Elijah with that hit. Daniel just in position. Elijah again off the hands of Moses. I will tell you, Moses is that setter who will not block on the line, who will close the diagonal with his middle and leave that line.
I think he's doing great so far.
Yes, but if you've seen even playing against Nemo Stars, he is that setter who will block the diagonal. He will take a bit of the position 6 and help the middle, the other side, and he will leave that line a bit open. And that's why you've seen most of the times he's blocking, he's just really taken advantage of that. But good serve for Kcca. Owen, this time Jonathan reading that well. Look at that movement.
Yeah, that's a good redemption for the receivers, because miscommunication and just the ball goes off system and a free ball to Kcca and you're able to defend. That's a good mental strength there they had.
But look at Jonah. He had moved and then just gets back in and takes that ball against Owen. Very good game reading from him. Now error from Spotters on the service. Kcca has really tried to minimize their errors so far, and they've tried to just keep reducing those errors, but Spotters seems to just be adding and multiplying on their errors. Elijah going into that service box. He missed the first service. Just curious to see if he can get this one on.
With his team trailing 1 point behind.
Oh, he gets it, and it's an ace service off the belt there on the net. Very lucky serve, and Kcca able to close that 2-point gap, now level with Sport as 15-15. I think Moses was also caught off guard on that play.
I think in most cases setters don't expect that ball, because now you see, now he knows that this can happen. Now he has changed his positioning, which is, it's so good to be alert early into the game. Don't wait for it to happen. Oh.
And this time he's not very lucky with the net, just sending that ball, leaving it on his side. Substitution for Sport S, Malik Damulila is going to come on for Alan, and we usually see this sort of substitution. He's a service defensive specialist for his team.
I think right now he's coming because Sport S actually needs a lead, as well as Kcca is fighting to break off. You see that it's now at 16, 15, and I think the technical bench would want to see that point gap so that they be able to play comfortably. One defense there from him.
Daniel with the dump, very well defended.
Tight play there.
Oh, ball is going out, but Sharif unfortunately touching it. I think he was indecisive there whether to take it or not to take it.
This makes it, I think, three errors for Sharif since the beginning of this game. And maybe he's on tension, I don't know, but today he has not actually brought in his A game. The Sharif that we know, this is not his A game so far. A good reception there. A very big hit on Carlos there, and just Duke does not get that block in. A block out and a point for Kcca. Woo.
Yes, but it would have been a very wonderful play from him. Just doesn't get it there. But very good play from Carlos, just taking advantage of that outside block.
Good eyes.
Yes, from the ref, yes. Very good watch as well.
Owen there with the service, and you see Ojangol back on front court.
Sam, a very big miss hit there from Sam and Moses with that miscommunication on that back play, and back on level once again. But I think the ball was a bit short there, but Sam was quite in position.
And let's just say that should be him and his setters to work upon it, whether the ball was short or we don't know what they were expecting, but let's see what happens. Does Sam get a ball for redemption, or the setter decides to put it out and just plays it out? Duke there with another swing block. Ball still in play.
Very good defense there from Daniel, not letting it go. And Kcca will go in front with that play. I tell you, this is why, this is what could give them the game, because they've now taken the lead there because of their defense, their net defense. But what a play from Daniel to just save that ball.
One thing with Musakira is he's not one player who usually goes so hard.
Yes.
But when the time needs him to go hard, he will do so. But in most cases, he's technical with his attacks. Spins here and there, uses the hands, and just scores for his team.
Yes.
That's a very big hit there from him.
Samuel Ngwau missing the court again with that. His tensions just growing on the Sporters side because we are into the late game, and Kcca just pushing their lead now to 2 points. But Sam really missing there. Sporters will call their first timeout in the game and in this set.
And Kcca goes for a timeout at 19, Sporters at 17. Thank you very much, you our listeners and people who are watching online. We appreciate you, and we hope you're enjoying this match so far. Don't forget, after this we have Tigers and Bugema Serie B, Taya there, and then later we shall have Nemo Stars taking on Kcca for the men's category, Serie A.
Yes, and back from that timeout, a lot to think about for the Sporters side, a lot to think about for Moses, the setter, as well. But Owen really getting in very good services.
I think so far the service is not the problem. The scoring, the hitters actually not scoring. With two attackers front court, the setter has to think more.
It's a good pick.
There, good pick there from Jonah. Another error from Sam.
I think this time it's just not an error. The blocks are really just there, and it's now 3-point lead for Sport S, and they will make a substitution now. Moses will be coming off, and Julius will get back on.
And then that's 20 for Kcca and 17 for Team Sport S. We see Julius there coming in for Moses. Let's see what he will do. Julius there featured for Nkumba University.
Yes.
Before he came into Sport S.
But
the first ref says ball out, and the second ref,
they will have a chat. Yeah, but they will have a chat. We just have to wait and see that decision here. But if that ball is called out and the point goes to Kcca, they will have a 3-point lead in the most crucial moments of the game.
The referee there having a conversation with the captain for Kcca.
Yes, and that is Abdul, the setter. Yes, and that point will go to Kcca. 21 points for Kcca, 18 for Sport S. Big opportunity for Kcca. If they can take advantage of this, they'll be able to win the set. Some overpass chance, big chance for Kcca to go ahead, but he is shut down. Net touch called on Sport S. Everything is just going in the direction of Kcca. Tensions really growing for Team Sport S, and they will have their second timeout as well.
Kcca going to the timeout with a 4-point lead. That's quite big for men's game, and Sport S trailing at 18. Let's see what changes will come out from the timeout. Will Sport S get a solution to what's coming up, or Kcca will maintain the lead there? Coming up, we have Tigers versus Bugema, Serie B tire there, which will determine, I think, positional. Will Tigers stay on top of the table, or they'll drop down by, I think a win would be positive for them to stay up there, and any loss may affect their being up there. And then we shall have also Nemo Stars taking on in JJ in the Serie A men's game. Welcome back. We'll see after the timeout.
They are very clear on that play. The balls seem to have been on, but we move on with the game and the ref's decision. Chance again for Kcca. Carlos just does it. The fans enjoying that one. 23 now. Sport is just still sitting there at 18. They are receiving, but they are not scoring. Things just really not going so well on their side.
And just the beast in Carlos, I think, has been awakened. You can see big swing from, I told him he will always go hard no matter what comes at hand. And I think he has so far proven that he will always go hard no matter what.
Yes, but Samuel with that statement hit, even despite having all those blockers there, statement hit from him to get that point. And I tell you, Samuel Engwau is one of those middles who always wants to score on his blocks, on his hits, and he tends to try to push himself so much as on that net, and very commanding. You can see him speaking to his blockers. Very big block there from Tumukunde Jonathan, shutting down Waiswa on that play. And I think that will boost Sport S. The confidence for Sport S will continue to be boosted. And Duke is also a very good server as well. Timeout for Team Kcca.
And the timeout, Sportes goes to it with 20 points, trailing behind by 3 points, of KCCA having 23. Let's see what is going to happen. I'm seeing Coach Dube there having a conversation with her players, and as well, I'm sure KCCA is getting a solution to solve out how we're going to get the 2 points to finish up the set, and Sportes is looking at catching up the 3 points. Duke there in the service box chooses to go to Sharif, and
that will be set point for Kcca. What a play from Abdul, setting up Ijong at there. Very quick set, and Sportes does miss that one. Very good play for Kcca. Set point, 3 attackers on the front court. Big opportunities for them. Good pick from Duke. Jonathan, but that is a block out. Sportes is still in this game, but that's a very good touch from Carlos. He just misses slightly.
It's a big chance for KCCA right now to seal this set, but what is going to happen? We see there a substitution. We see there a substitution of Emma coming in for
Sam for service.
And Mululi is a receiver attacker, and maybe they need service and defense according to the theory of center players who can't cover. In my libero's voice.
No, they can't defend, but it's rare to see them making those very exclusive defenses as well.
From Mululi. A free ball will go to Sportes.
Chance.
And
Kcca will take that set. Very big blocks that have come in from their side. It is 1-1 in the set scores. I told you at the start of this game that if Kcca can get their blocks in, they will be able to actually take this set, and they have a big chance to win as well if they're able to continue the same play. But a lot to think about for Sportes as well. A lot of decision making there to correct for them to be able to maybe themselves. But that is it for this set. It's been really very, very tough for both sides, for Sportes, with Kcca coming in with those 4 blocks and 3 blocks for Sportes, but Kcca this time just doing so much better on the attacks, and Sportes just both teams having the same number of errors, 9-9. But I think that is what has affected Sportes as well, on the blocks and on the attacks and the serves as well. Kcca has done genuinely better in this set. But I'm just looking forward to the third set, because I think this is a very interesting game, and there's still more to see. And set 3 underway. Of course, no changes from both sides except for one change on Kcca, the setter. This time Abdul will be the starting setter, and Chol is going to be on the bench. I was about to say Ijongat, but Ijongat is the middle. Kcca with the service, and Sports will be receiving. Tough pass there for Agaba. Samuel Ngwau, statement hit. I tell you, Moses will always start with that middle ball in a set. Yes, except for a few times when he starts with Daniel, but most times he will start with that middle. I think most setters do that anyway.
It's good, you know. Sometimes, actually not sometimes, it's good to commit your middleman. If you're the middleman, the opponent is scoring.
Yes, and you see Kcca does the same thing as well.
You always have to commit with him or her. And I think you see the statement from both setters like, can your middleman block my own?
Yeah.
And it's not a competition, but just that's a good theory there.
Waiswa going after Jonah. Very good pick. Moses again to Samuel Ngwau. I think he's really just trying to confirm him all those plays that he missed in that second set.
And I also think that's it's not a redemption, but they're trying maybe to work out on something. They must have had a long conversation, and we're seeing now the results, which is positive for them.
Yes, but still on the service. Elijah off the hands of Jonathan there on that block. Very good play from him to give his team a much-needed side out, because they were still on 0 points of this set.
Now Owen there comes back to front court with I think he has Carlos and
Elijah.
Actually a good set for blockers there, because I think
very big hit for Jonathan. Oh, tough pick. Moses will go to Duke first. That is the first pipe attack that we are seeing from the Sporters side, and Duke is able to get that score in. And I think Moses really now trying to get his attackers all moving from different directions, because we saw him going to Sam so much in that second set, but now really able to just get them going.
Good thoughts for the setup, because when your men are being blocked, you have to think, and I'm seeing he has really worked on it, because
hit error.
His backwards are working now. One backward so far we've seen. I hope that continues in the game.
Yes, but that is a hit error from Kcca, but the referee will call a net touch. However, I still feel that the whistle was blown before the players could go up. I wonder if Jonathan netted as he went up, like before the players could actually make the block. But that point is going to Kcca. Good pick from Jonathan. Moses setting up Daniel on the backcourt. He misses the line there, just sending that ball out.
And that's the second backcourt for Team Sports in this set.
Yes.
Kcca is leading 4-2.
Yes, just an error there from Daniel, trying to send that ball to one. Carlos with his jump service, very good server there, getting back in that service box.
I think it's dangerous when he gets his consistency.
Yes.
And just gets it into the net, and that's a point for Team Sports.
Very good. Very good server he is as well.
The service box. Jonah's services are not hard, but sometimes his floaters are technical.
Yes, he has a very good float, but he usually tends to go for that jump service. And he does go for it again, sending it in the net. Elijah with the service.
Another jump server. I think so far in this we have 3 jump servers. That is Carlos, the opposite for Kcca, Jonathan, and Elijah there just scores for his team.
Ace service. But I think the body language on the Sporters side really not looking very good for them, speaking so much because of those few errors they've already had in this set. 3 errors with just 6-4 so far. Kcca are doing very well. Just 1 error that we saw from Carlos's service. Another ace service from Elijah. What a play. And this is what is giving him momentum. And we are back to a similar scores that we had in that first set. And Kcca really just having fun in this game.
As I told you before, Kcca is one team that does not give up. It doesn't respect for it. They play their game, and you win, but you win out with a tussle. If you don't put in the work, you lose. And you see there Sharif with a pick, and the setter chooses a back post again, and that's a block penetration from
Carlos.
Duke.
Yes,
there.
Very, very passed on Duke there on that block. But I think Kcca is really doing well. Sporters is going to call a very, very much needed early timeout in this play, because there's a lot they need to sort out as a team, because they started really poorly, especially how they ended that second set as well.
I think someone is asking for the scoreboards. I think now it's back up there with Kcca leading by 8-4 for Sporters. That's a 4 points lead for Team Kcca. I think someone is asking for the scoreboards. The two sides are still tussling it out here in the third set, leading by with each team having 1 set. Sports is taking the first set and Kcca taking the second set, and we are in the third set with Kcca leading. Let's wait and see this time out for Sports. What would be the outcome? What do you think would be the outcome from this time out? Is Sports going to catch up? Or
I think you can't play catch up all the time, and with the way Kcca is really motivated and pushing themselves, it's going to be very tough for Sporters to catch up these points unless they really sort out their passing and their scoring issues as well. Net touch on Kcca, but I still think that could have been a score for them if they had not made that error on their scoring issues as well. It would have been a very big chance for them to
but I still think
get a swing, especially from Waiswa, the player who plays really smart when he's swinging.
See there Alan with the service. Sam is back on. And another ball to Waiswa.
Waiswa just missing the court there, claiming a touch, but that is a ball out. Unfortunately, Alan doesn't really touch it there. He dodges it quite early. But I think Kcca is really doing well. I tell you, if they continue to maintain their blocking and their side outs, they are really going to do well. Carlos with the dump, very well picked free ball. Moses going to Jonathan on the pipe. What a hit. He does find the court this time.
And that's the third backcourt.
the third backcourt from Sportes this set, but the pipe is just 2 pipes that I've seen so far. We hadn't seen them in the earlier set, and you can see Jonah having a freebie there with both players just jumping with the middle.
I think so far Sportes has gotten a solution maybe to the Kcca's Berlin wall that has been put there for them, and that's another attack error from Musakira, giving Sportes 8-8.
Yes, and now back level on all a few errors that have come in from Kcca. Waiswa was trying to look for the hands there on Moses, the setter, but he misses. I think he could have just taken that hit straight. Oh, Carlos with that big hit. Daniel just caught a little out of time. Carlos getting his team that side out. Look at Daniel missing that play. Very fast swing from Carlos.
And I think Carlos is one player whom the setter will look for every time he needs to score. Every time he's on tension, he will look for him because he's the one man who will go power whether there is pressure or not, and he just scores for his team.
Owen, very good service. Option 1 for Moses. Duke, oh, he does get that ball off the hands. And I tell you, he takes advantage of that little gap in between the setter and Ijonga, that small delay. Look at that, he hits in between there.
Touch there, actually.
It's a good touch, just that like I mentioned, middles and their movement, it's very rare to see them roll down on those balls. Yeah.
Another hit from Carlos there, but he couldn't get the floor. And Duke just goes mad and gets that point from his team.
Yes, he hasn't been very perfect on taking those off-system balls, but today he seems to just really want to send them hard. He doesn't want to actually send to miss out on any point. Moses, very good serve. Elijah on the pipe, ball is kept alive. Very good defense from Magava. The setter will go to Carlos, who misses the court there. Kcca asking for a net touch, but I think that net touch
came after the ball had already landed.
Seemed to have come after the ball had landed, but also I think the referee didn't quite catch that he was looking at the ball and he didn't look at the net there. And now they are speaking to the first referee to discuss that, asking for a net touch. But you know, it's very hard. I think people forget the rules of volleyball. Yes, the touch was after the ball had left. There was a net touch from Duke there, but it was after the ball had gone out. But then again, I think that would still be a call for Kcca. I don't know, had the ball landed yet? No. But the referee, very clear net touch. I think the referee's concentration was on the block. The referee handing a yellow card to Kcca.
Actually, that was a net touch, if you could see from that replay there.
But I don't think why I think the referee didn't actually concentrate on it is because the ball had gone high already and there wasn't a touch on the block. But I know people in the comments will have something to say about that, but Sportes taking that point away. Duke and Kcca just taking a yellow card. Moses with the serve. Ijongat blocked Sam, very quick to move. Damn, what a playing. I think that's a miscommunication there from Duke and Moses on who to take that ball. Smart play from Waiswa.
I think Duke was in the best position to take that ball, you see, because a setter would expect you to touch that ball because you're there already, and that gives Kcca 10 points to Sportes leading by 1 point. And that's one service error from the setter, giving Sportes 2 points lead. Now we have Duke going into the service box with Goom front court, Jonah and Sam.
Duke, very good pick. Oh, Jonathan really completely bringing his hand back in the court to avoid Waiswa using his hands on that block. And I think that is what gives him that shutdown, because Waiswa, as we've been mentioning, is a very smart player.
And Sportes goes to the timeout with a 3 points lead. Kcca trailing behind by 3. So Kcca is looking at covering up that gap and maybe also giving the players time to breathe, to figure out what is not going on well. We see that Sportes is there having a conversation, and it looks like the players are not as frustrated as in the last set.
Yes, but of course, remember there was that 4-point lead that Kcca had. So I do really think a timeout is much needed for them to sort out those issues. Duke in the service box. Elijah is doing so wonderfully on the passing. And I wonder why Duke continues to go to Elijah still on the service.
Because there are 2 receivers backwards.
But I think they do not want him to attack the pipe.
Yeah. One receiver attacker and the libero. Of course, you choose the receiver attacker. A very good catch there from him. Oh, another score from the middle there.
Very quick play from Ijongat there. Just swinging very, very quickly. Waiswa will go into that service. Very well defended. It's a free ball to Carlos. Elijah with the dump. Daniel with his long hands there. Whoa! What a block there from Jonah. But that is a block out. I think that is just energy from Carlos. Heavy, heavy swing of the hands there. And very quick. We take a look again. Look at that. He was blocked, but that seems on. But the referee calls it out.
Talking about Carlos, he one time played in Rwanda, I think with Chirehe, which is right now not playing league, I think because of managerial issues in Rwanda, and I think had another play in Burundi. I'm not sure which team it is. And he came back, I think he played with Gulu in Serie B previous season, and now we see him here shining in Kcca.
Yes,
with all his powerful attacks. That's a very big block there from Elijah, and his celebration just says it all. Look at his face.
He's just really enjoying that block on Daniel. I think the ball was a bit out of system for him, just finding him where he was. Anyway, good service, good pick. Oh, it's an ace service for Waiswa. Kcca closing that 3-point gap and now taking the lead. What a play from this team. They really want this game, and they're working very, very hard to just shut down Kcca, to just shut down Sportes in their game.
Timeout for Team Sportes, trailing behind by 1 point, 13-14 of Kcca.
Yes, and I think Sportes has to be forced to call that timeout, because since the timeout, Kcca is the only team that's made points, and Sportes has not made any so far.
Yeah, on the bench, Sportes, Coach Baba and the technical director Albert having a conversation with the players, find out the solution to what to do in order to catch up with this 1 point and take on the driver's seat for this set. Don't forget that after this game we have Tigers of Sportes playing Mugema, a Serie B Tires game after this game, and we shall also have Nemo Stars playing JJ in the men's Serie A category. That's another error from Team Sportes, giving Kcca points lead, 15-13.
Several errors just coming in from Sportes players. Tough play there. I think Moses has a lot to work on his sets so far.
And I think Sportes has not made any points since 10-13.
Yes,
and we see it's at 15-13.
Jonathan blocked again, chance again. Daniel shut down. 3 points lead for Kcca. What a play. I think that there's just a lot not
Look at
working there,
Elijah
not
in
going on
for-
for Moses. He's looking for all sorts of ways to get his team to score. Elijah one-on-one, just sending Daniel back down.
A very powerful swing there from Gu, but Elijah's like, there is no way through here. That's another attack error from Jonathan, making it 17-14 Kcca and 13-14 Sporters. Kcca came from behind 10 points. So far they've made 7 points and Sporters is each 13. So that has a lot to say right now about the team.
Yes, but I still think there's a lot even for the setter to think about, the setter Moses, because I don't think it's only the errors from the attackers. I think even Moses himself as a setter needs to find a way to just get his players going. Samuel Ngwau this time able to get that side out, but we are in the late game and Sporters just handing over the lead just like that. We saw the same type of play happen to them when they were playing against Nemo Stars, having that 4-point lead, and Nemo was able to catch up, close that gap, and still take the set.
Now
and I
we
see
see,
Kcca doing the same thing as well.
Substitution for Team Sporters, captains or Team Dickens coming in for Alan, the youngster. Now let's see what the captain is going to do. Is he going to rally his team into winning? That's a free ball there. And another attack error from Jonathan there. Now that leaves Kcca to 18 points and Sporters at 14. Kcca has made 8 points and Sporters has made 1 point since the last timeout from Kcca.
This time side out net touch from team Kcca. Jonathan with that swing, but I will continue to mention that the setter needs to see how he can sort it out, because he's going to attackers that are not giving him the score at the moment. But well done to Kcca, really just taking advantage of the moment and enjoying themselves. Big blocks from Elijah, big plays. Murudi Emmanuel with that service error. I tell you, Kcca is just enjoying themselves. Back to a 4-point lead, getting onto that very, very late time of the game.
As I told you earlier on, Kcca is one team that doesn't give up. They fight until the last bit.
Yes, and they are really doing well. Very good pick from Duke. A team.
Their best play is always on defense.
Yes, they are very good defenders.
Defense. The more they defend, the more hype they become, and as you can see, they have become so hungry for a win.
Yes, but that is Otim Dickens there with that beautiful play. He's come on for Alan, veteran player for Team Sports, captain of the team as well. Jonathan this time going for the float service. Moses blocking Elijah there. I think Elijah didn't quite see him. Like you mentioned, he delays that block and just sets it up on the ball. Very good block from the setter. Jonathan, and you mentioned about something about Jonathan's service as well.
We told you he has actually a very good floater, as you can see. That's another one of system play. Another block touch, and that's just doesn't come back to court. And that gives Kcca 20 points to Sporters 17. I talked about Elijah earlier. I told him he's one player who gets hyped, and when he catches fire, he's dangerous. And we've seen so far in the last week that he has played against KFC.
Yes, it was against Andeje and
Deje and Nemo Stars.
Yes,
he was
really
hyped,
did
and
well.
you really see him getting more hyped today.
And they lost to UCU actually, 3-0. But I think that is what is going to give him the push. Is giving them the push as well. Very good play there though from Otim Dickens to get that much needed side out Samuel Engwau will return as well. Our team is going on for the service.
See there, Kcca using 2 receivers. The receiver attacker backcourt, and then the libero just covering up the whole court, 2 of them.
Good
Very
serve.
technical of them.
Wiser off the hands of Moses there. Smart play again, able to get that side out. I think Kcca is really looking very, very good to take this third set as well. They could be going 2 sets to 1 if they keep up the momentum, because I think they're doing really, really well. Owen. Oi! Ace service for Owen. Nobody just moved on that pick.
That's another timeout for Team Sports after that big ace in the late game from Owen. I think Sports need to figure out how to play right now, because it looks like a lot of things are in shambles for their backcourts, especially the receivers. Still, I don't forget to remind you that there is another big tire for Serie B. The fans for Serie B, I'm sure you're looking at the fights of the top 4, who is leading and who should not lead the table. The fight is coming up after this game, so be ready to tune in and enjoy Serie B men's volleyball. Kcca comes back from this timeout with 4 points lead. Sport is trailing behind at 18. We see there the setters are front court. So literally they're playing 2 against 2. But can these setters think out of the box? Let's see what happens.
Yes, Owen back on the service. Service. Very good pick from Duke. Moses Samuel Engwau, he misses the court, sending that ball out. Very, very good play from Kcca, and several errors from Sport S as well. Kcca just looking for 2 points to take this game, and Julius Nile, Julius Nwahereza will come on as the setter. Sorry about that. Owen, doing very, very well in the service. Kcca having a very big chance to get to set point. Oh, it's going to be a free ball. Julius. Oh! Duke is just shut down there by Abdul, and it is set point for Kcca. They're just really enjoying themselves, enjoying this game. And I saw someone mention how this game could go a 3-1, but I still think it's just really surprising how Kcca has done today. And Sports, with all those hit errors that they are having, 8 errors, and all of them coming from the attack and only 1 from the service. So I would say those are 7 attacking errors from Sports as a team. Good pick from Duke. Samuel. Chance for Kcca to take this set. Carlos does it. What a play from Kcca. They are going 2 sets to 1, and I still think if they maintain this momentum, they could even take the next set. So much to think about for Sports. What a play from Carlos, what a play from Kcca. I think they've done wonderfully, and I will tell you, 8 errors from Sports and only 7 from Kcca, but 3 big blocks, 10 attacks, 4 service aces for Kcca. What a play. I kept on mentioning how their blocks and their serves would be the ones to give them the game. They're really doing so well, and a lot to think about for Sports. A set down They are on top of the table. They lost to Nemo Stars last weekend. So I don't know what they would be thinking about now as they go into this fourth set. But we just wait and see.
Welcome back to the fourth set of the big match between Sportes and Team Kcca, with Kcca leading 2-1 for Sportes. We see in the Kcca squad the setter stays and still the same players, no significant change made there. And we see for Team Sportes we have Captain Dickens and Malik Damulira coming in for this set. We maintain the setter and the center player Samuel, but we see Duke there also still maintained, and now Jonah coming in as an opposite. Service there from Moses, good pick from Sharif, and the setter chooses a backcourt. Very good defense there from Malik. Off system ball, Duke goes for a spin, and
very tough defense there from Ojangole, but they do send it out. But we are seeing changes from the Sporters side. Jonathan is now going to play in the opposite position, and Malik will be on as a receiver attacker, Duke as well as a receiver attacker. Those are the changes that we are seeing now, but no changes have come in from Kcca since that second set.
Good pick there from Ojangole. Oh, a big swing there from Jonah off the hands of Carlos and just gives his team a point. It's still early game with
Very, very early game. It's just started 1-1 really. Duke in the service.
So will Carlos continue to rain terrors on Sportes, or we have to see something else? We saw the last set with Cosmas coming in with a lot of blocks, and
Yes.
that is another big swing out for Jonah.
Yes, but Jonah going back into that his initial type of position, a position he's played for quite some good years as an opposite, and I think he's very comfortable playing there. But that is a hit error. His first swing in position too.
Sakura there with the service, very technical to position 1, and a very big block there from Team Kcca.
Just sending Malik down there, his first swing of the game. Yes, very good play on that block. I tell you, Kcca is just doing really, really well because of their blocking and their serving as well. It's a good start for Kcca. 3 points for them with a 2-point lead as well. Substitution, Vincent is going to come on for Ijongat, and I think this is even a better substitution for Kcca as well. A very big chance for them to still take this game because they already have 2 sets already.
Odeke is equally a very fast player like
Ijongat, and he's very strong as well. Jonah getting that hit. Ball is well defended, kept alive. It's a free ball. Moses with that very fast play. He doesn't even think about it. He just knows there's space there and sends it well.
For him, good eyes.
Yeah.
Sees the libero is in. Okay, who is keeping your position? And a very good checkup for him there as a libero to think about. Now we see there Sam in the service box with Dickens back in.
Yes, that is also another change that Sportes has made.
Good service there, very good pick from Elijah. And the setter just chooses to go to Carlos, a stop. Another confirmed ball there, and he just swings on it out.
Yes, but we know he's going to Carlos there because he knows Malik is there, and he's a slightly shorter blocker on that play.
And that's just Kcca in the driver's seat with 4 points to 2 for Team Sportes.
Jonah blocked. Moses will go to Malik, this time going through the hands. Jonathan with the service. Good pick from Elijah. Set. Oh, it's going to be a free ball. Duke is blocked and that ball is on. Kcca already having 2 blocks in this set and having a 2-point lead as well.
I told you earlier on, Kcca is a fighting team. They fight, they don't respect, they give in their best, and today you just see the zeal in their eyes. The spirit is so hyped. All they want is a point and a point after another point. Let's see what Team Sportes is going to do with this ball, having Mose in front court and 2 attackers front court. That is another ace from Carlos. I told you earlier on, Carlos is a jump server who is inconsistent, but his consistency comes in as the game goes on. Yes. We are into the 4th set and just served an ace here, as you can see.
But Kcca is very fired up this set because they've already taken 2 sets, and they are a team that haven't beaten Sportes in a very, very, very long time. And now this would be a very big chance for them to get 3 points and also give seal their position in the in the playoffs, but also it will be very, very bad for Sporters to drop points here as well, because they are trying to seal their position in number one. They are ahead by 5 points so far, and they had this game in hand. And if they do lose it, they will stay ahead by 5 points, but it will be it will mean so much, because they are a team that's been chosen to represent in the Zone 5.
Carlos, who goes soft and is picked up, another block.
Team
and Duke another block.
Jonathan stepping that line as he comes to hit that backcourt. Kcca just going forward and forward and forward.
I think, as you can see, Duke is actually trying to look for the court, and him, yet the blocks are really high up there and just waiting for him to bring him down. And I think that's a very good defensive play from Kcca there. Very pressing, very frustrating blocks. Now we see Elijah there with the service. Good
Malik
pick there. And Kcca is still up, and the center chooses to go for the opposite, and that's a very big block there on Carlos from Duke.
From Duke and Otim Dickens. What a play. Very, very wonderful play from them.
We see now Dickens going into the service box, and Sam is back on front court, with Kcca also having Owen front court and the setter. Two attackers front court for each team. What will happen? Will they get a solution? Will they play backcourt? Let's enjoy volleyball here in this afternoon, in this evening, which is
very good set there from Abdul, taking that block and leaving Moses alone on that play. Waiswa able to get it through and get that hit. Kcca still leading by 3 points. Very, very early game that we are still having.
We now see Owen in the service box, and Odeke front court, a very quick player, a multi-purpose. He plays both out and in the center, very fast swings and hard attack there. Owen with the service chooses Duke off system, and Duke just goes up hard, and
that sometimes they usually call that on the meat there, because I think that ball would have been going out, but Cosmos Elijah was just sitting right in that position and didn't have where to go away from it. But Moses will go into that service box.
Chooses to go for the libero. The setter still chooses to go for Carlos, who is brought down in the combination of block of Duke and Sam. A very good block there from that pair. That now gives Sporters a 1-point trail.
Yes, but big block that has come on. 2 blocks for Sporters now. They are trying to get their blocks in. But I still see that Kcca is really doing very, very wonderfully.
Another technical service, position 1 there by Moses.
And able to just meet that ball, that defense from Malik on that play.
Kcca still in the lead by 2 points. Sporters trailing by 2. And Kcca is also leading with 2 sets to 1 for Sporters. Sporters needs this set in order to go for decisive, and Kcca just needs to maintain the lead and seal up this point and walk away with a 3-1 win.
But that's a very good set, a very good pass, very good set to Moses, to Samuel Ngwau on that play.
And I can assure you that if 1 point fails from now, this setter is not going to think about anything but look for his opposites.
Very good defense, Agaba there, but that is a net touch called on Sport Ace. But Agaba was right in that position.
Very good defense there from Agaba. Hard luck that it couldn't make any impact as much. And we see Kcca still in the lead with Waiswa in the service box. Waiswa chooses Duke. Moses to Sam, a block. Another big swing there from Jonah, and shut down in the combination of Elijah and Odeke. First block for Odeke there, and we've seen a couple of blocks from Elijah so far. A very hyped player,
He's a very good blocker, I will say, because he's really doing very, very well. He's had about 5 blocks so far. Waiswa in the service box, he's done wonderfully as well. 3-point lead again for Kcca. Duke with the pick. Malik blocked. Kcca really very good on that block. Jonah this time able to swing very quickly and get through. Now Spotters will be chasing 2 points.
There are some going to the service box with Spotters trailing 2 points behind, and Team Dickens back on front court, having a lot to communicate to the setter, and Duke having a one-on-one there behind. Service there to the libero.
Elijah with the hit, very good defense.
Very good
Malik
defense.
able to defend it. Duke going for the swing. Oh, blocked. Chance again for Kcca. The setter will go to Carlos. Moses with the defense. Otim just setting where he's facing. Carlos off the hands of Tumukunde there, and Kcca able to get that point in the transition. They're really doing so well on their defenses and able to score. They're giving themselves a swing chance, a swing opportunity with that very good defense that they are having.
Deke there with the service, with the Owen front court. Deke is also another jump server who is just lethal and just gets there, an ace from Jamlira Malik. Very good server, is very quick player with a very quick swing, giving Kcca 13 points to 9 for Spotters with a 4-point lead.
Kcca is really there. I tell you, they could even take this set away because they've done so well so far. Yes, I still see if Kcca has done well since that second set, and we saw them do the same type of play against Mdeje. I think they could take this set away if Spotters doesn't really quickly find other solutions on getting those points.
Very good catch there from Sharif. And another big hit from Cosmas there, who goes off the hands of Moses, the setter, taking advantage of the setter's block. Very good play there from him. Kcca still in the commanding seat with 4 points lead.
Yes, I think they're doing really well. Service, very good pick. Oh, Moses just setting up Otim. There are 2 blockers waiting for him. It's now going to be a 5-point lead for Kcca. They are doing really wonderfully. Spotters is going to call their first time out of this game. 4 blocks already for Kcca.
Oh, that's a very huge one for Team Kcca. They are, told you, they are a defensive team. They work more with the blocks because they feel the blocks gives them the hype, the defense gives them the hype to play more. If you see in all the games they have played so far, when they're not blocking, they are not doing well because their fast defense is on the block, and they get so hyped on those touches, and before you know it, their attacks are just on form. Kcca leading with 5 points. Spotters trailing behind. Kcca takes this set, we shall be seeing a 3-1 win for them. And if Spotters takes off this set, as it is by 5 points, they are trailing behind, then we shall have a decisive game here to determine who walks away with 2 points and who walks away with 1 point.
Kcca still having the lead here, pushing. Good service, tough pick. Moses will go to Jonah on the backcourt. Chance for Kcca. Abdul tries to send the block. Free ball, Waiswa. It's an emergency. Malik getting that off the hands of the blockers and really getting that side out for
Very
Sport S.
smart play there from him. He has expressed maturity in that play.
But I think with Malik going into service, that this is the opportunity that Sport S would have to sort out those issues of catching up, because now it is 4 points.
Very good pick there from Elijah, and I think this is Owen's first hit in the
real
whole
swing.
game.
Yes, very fast, real beautiful swing. He's able to take it, and the team just jumping a bit late there doesn't quite get it. What a play.
Kcca is still in the driving seat with 5 points lead, and I think they are aiming at maintaining it, and Sport S, they are having a one-on-one conversation between the receivers and the setter and center player there. Another jump server. Ooh, a chance for Team Kcca to
Carlos, but that is a block out. I think nothing is really going on the side of Sport S this game, but everything is just going in the way of Kcca. They've set themselves up, they've gone aggressive, they've gone hard, and they look very, very good to take this game. 6 point lead for them.
Very hyped players there, with Owen playing his, I think, first second club after OBB. Now he's here at Kcca, and that's a service error from Elijah, giving Sport S 5 points of trail. And see there Sam coming back from court.
It's a 5 point range, still a big range, still a big chance for Kcca to take it away. I wonder what would be going through the minds of Sport S right now, because they lost big to Nemosters, and now dropping 3 points that time, and now it would be very absurd for them to lose, to drop 3 points again to Kcca, but it will be very, very good for Kcca.
Spot there for Team Sport S, and the setter chooses the middle, and
net touch,
yeah,
called
touch.
by called on Owen there, and Waiswa on that block. Again, Sport S really trying to close the gap now to 4 points, but I still think it's still very big, as we say in the men's games. Yes, tough play there for Samuel Ngwao. Service again. Otim just missing the court, sending that ball out. Kcca back to that 5 point lead.
Kcca there with the service. Owen there with the service, goes to Damlira. And
Duke with the statement hit. Very, very heavy swing on that play. One man block, he just sends that ball into the ground. I tell you, I always call it a statement hit, because it's a hit that a player makes to just lift himself back up and lift the team back up as well. And now Moses is going into service. I think if Sport S doesn't catch up in this moment, then I don't think they will be having any other chance again, because they're having their 3 attackers, their best front court on there. And that is a block out on Jonah from Waiswa. Very wonderful play from the young, is he young? From the young man.
He's not young.
Yes,
Waiswa is actually a mature player.
I'm saying young in terms of age, not the time someone has played.
Age, I don't think so.
Okay.
Sure, but he's quite an experienced player. He's played quite good volleyball for some years.
Duke again with a statement hit. I think he's the player that's really on right now. Coach Malik there talking to his...
I think it's been quite some time. It's been a long time since Sport S is having a one-on-one block. I think since the first set, but in this late game we see there each attacker having one block.
And now this is a blocking substitution. Sport S bringing on Malik, bringing on Alan in. power position this time, and we know he can still take swings there as well. He's back in a power position, and I think he's on for the net defense.
Sportes looking at defense there.
Very huge hit from Elijah on the backcourt. I think Abdul has really done wonderfully switching up the plays, really reading the blockers and playing very, very well against his opponent.
Kcca 20, Sportes 15, trailing behind, with having a lot to think about here. Kcca needs just 5 points to finish this game, as Sportes needs 5 to catch up.
Statement hit this time from Samuel Engwau. Try and push that lead, but he is going out in the service box, and now Otim Dickens will come on back onto the front court.
Very mature player there, a veteran. He has played Kumba University, the Navy, to Sportes. He has been the fastest around, and now we see him still doing his things. We see there a substitution, which earlier on Emmanuel coming in for Sam Engwau to serve and defend on the backcourt. Still Sportes trailing with 4 points. The service box, Muruli
is going to bring in that service. It's an error from him on that serve. He misses it. I think the coach was looking at getting in those defenses, but Muruli just not letting that happen. And now Vincent Odeke is going into the service. We saw him get an ace earlier on, and he's been really doing well in that service box. Agaba, Duke, and Alan on the passing there. Oh, but it's going to be a service error from Vincent Odeke. Alan is going to stay on again because he's on for that block, but double substitution coming in for Team Sportes. Duke, Jonathan is going to come off, and Julius will go on, the setter, in the service box. And now it's Moses coming out, and Daniel back on court, since we didn't see him start this fourth set.
We see what Team Kcca has to offer on the offensive side, because as we can see, Sportes defense has already lined up. Good catch there from Elijah, and the setter just chooses to give him with one block, and that's a very big hit there from Elijah on the floor.
Statement hit from Elijah. Kcca wants this game. 5-point lead, 3 points there only, and only 3 points away from victory, and there's just nothing stopping them at the moment. On the Sportes side, there's no one just stopping them from taking this victory. This time it's a service error from Carlos. Maybe that is what would stop them, but they are doing really well. Coach Malik is going to come back on, and Alan going out. This is also just to get back that service, to get back that defense. To see, I think Sportes has not yet given up this game. They are still pushing, but I tell you, with those hits coming in from Kcca side, from Elijah, from Owen, from Carlos, I don't think there's anything stopping them from taking a 3-1 victory here. But Malik there in the service, very good pick. Owen, net touch from Sportes. Kcca, I think their hearts are really just getting up, hitting so much right now, beating so much now, because 2 points away from victory, from a very, I don't want to say historic, I want to say from a very, very record victory, because it's been a while since, it's been over 5 years really since Sportes last lost a game to Kcca.
We see here Kcca just needing 2 points to finish up this, making it a 3-1 win for them, and Sportes trading behind 5 points, looking at going for a decisive, and
Daniel,
just another block from Team Kcca, giving them a match point.
Daniel just blocked there. It is match point for Kcca, ladies and gentlemen. This game just turning out a much different from what most of us would have expected, even you guys watching out there. It's just a very surprising match that we are seeing here. Kcca has just showed class, a class act, class play, and it could be it, ladies and gentlemen, but Elijah sends it out this time. Chance for Sportes. I will say chance for Sportes, opportunity for Sportes. This is the only and only chance they have, their last opportunity if they are to really make a comeback. This is the only last chance that they have, and if they do not make these points, Kcca is just going to have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful Sunday, and I will say a wonderful evening.
I think this is the last game for Sportes for the league before Zone 5.
Yes, service there from our team. It is an overpass, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Kcca just making a statement record victory here against Sportes. It is 2 losses in a row, 6 points dropped in 2 games for Sportes. What a play from Kcca. The blocks were amazing. 5 blocks in this final set. Very, very few errors. 11 attacks, 3 ace services. Kcca has been on top of their game since that second set. They've done really well, and they're going to enjoy this because this is a victory that really seals it for them to stay in that playoff zone.
This brings us to the end of this match, with Kcca walking away with a big win for them. They deserved it. I must say it was a bad day for Sportes in office and a very good day for Kcca. They brought in all their guns fully loaded with enough bullets and grenades, and they actually worked their way into the win. I told you Kcca is a team that never gives up. It fights until the last whistle. You win with a tussle, and if you do not put in the fight, they walk away with the win, just the way they did today against the reigning defending champions of the National Volleyball League of Uganda.
Yes, but that
congratulations
is it.
to Team Kcca, and hard luck to Team Sportes. We hope they get to prepare themselves better and display us a very good game for Zone 5, which is slated for 26th of this month until 4th of March. We wish all the teams that are going to represent us well: Team KAVC, Team UCU, Team Sportes, and
Nemo Stars as
Nemo
well.
Stars. And then for the ladies, we shall have Sportes, VVC, which is Vision Volleyball Club. Then we shall have Indeche Elites, and we shall also have
Kcca as well.
Kumba, who are the defending champions of the National League. And then we shall also have Kcca Volleyball Club for the ladies.
Yes, but that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Impressive play to Kcca. And up next, we are having Tigers taking down Bugema University. Another interesting game to look out for. But thank you for tuning in, guys, and stay on. Thank you, Aggie, as well, for being here with us. But that is it from us.
All right.
Yeah.
Have yourself a good evening as you wait to enjoy Tigers playing on Bugema in the Serie B men's tire, finding out who is going to stay on top of the table, who is dropping points, and who is moving to which position. I believe SOC will update us next week with these results. We thank you very much, and we thank you, the S Media, for the work being done, and we thank the Federation. At least we are playing under a conducive environment, and we appreciate that. Thank you very much. Good evening.